baseball, 12U softball. I'm also a firearms instructor. And I started interviewing sheriff's candidates for my YouTube channel because I tell my students local elections matter. They do. And I'll be honest, I never really cared about the commissioner's race because I don't really know what they do. All right, as a constitutionalist, I look at the sheriff and they have a very clear role, but commissioners, I didn't know what they really did until Wendy said, hey, why don't you start interviewing commissioners to find, because we got this issue going on. So I started off with Will Argenbright. He has a really cool sign. He came and he educated me on why commissioners' race is so important. Besides taxes and ordinances and budget and all that stuff, it's just so important with issues like this to have an elected official come down here when there's a problem and meet people face to face and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm your elected official, what's the problem? Let me get my hands here and get my boots on the ground kind of thing. So Will's that kind of guy. So I said, Will, why don't you come down here and meet everybody and maybe we can figure this thing out because he's a great dude. He's the kind of guy you want in office. He's a blue-collar dude. He's a former Marine. He works 2 jobs. And he's a constitutionalist, too. So why don't we go with introductions around here?
My 16-year-old was 8, and then about 5 years ago, I became the president of the league. And tried to fight the for about 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. We're out here about the kids, absolutely, and that's part of it. Because these kids do not get the same as the other parks, the other leagues. And that's what we're fighting.
We got Caley. Since my son started youth baseball, I started out as, spectator, then went on to just join as a volunteer coach and just getting more and more involved with the program. Just been trying to help Wendy and just the community overall.
And I'm Kim Koschel. I'm the softball VP or liaison. I've been involved with the league. I started off as a parent in 2015. As a parent, I was one of those that complained about a lot of things. Complained to the coaches, complained to the league. Then I got involved as a coach and still complained to the league. And then finally one day I was like, you know what? Doing me no good to sit on the sidelines and I need to do something and get involved. So when they asked me to join the board, I jumped on. And this will be my 3rd year as the softball VP. So
I'm Will Argenbright, and I just like Tim just said, when you complain enough, you finally get fed up with it, decide you need to go do something about it. That's why I'm running for county commissioner. I'm trying to complain about it. I grew up playing youth sports, baseball, just like on a field just like this. And as a team, you need to be able to take pride in your home field. I don't see that as a very good possibility in a field like this. And I believe that the county is responsible to communities just like yours that need assistance. And I think, like Drew said, coming out here is all well and good, but if you stop during election season, you don't need to be reelected. So if you don't see me again after becoming a commissioner, then I would expect you not to vote for me a second time. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
This is Mike Caley, everybody.
Once again, my name is Mike Caley. I am running for Onslow County Commissioner. Married. I have 9 children, and I have 21 grandchildren. Okay. So I'm very familiar with sporting events with grandkids and children and different things, And one of the main reasons why I'm running for county commissioner, I can't change what's already been done, but I didn't agree with it being buying equine country, all right? Because during COVID and the different things, I could have felt that money could have been used for other things. I understand they say it all came from tourism portion of it and everything, but know that it could have been used for other and better things, okay, to take care of the facilities that we already have, like this place, okay? And it's going to take a county commissioner not to just go to the meetings and go to certain events. It's going to take a county commissioner to get in the trenches and find out what's going on. All right, I spent 25 years in the Marine Corps. I volunteered for 20 plus years with Hog Run Rescue, Onslow County REACT, been on the Fire and Rescue Commission. You know, I've been in the trenches. As your county commissioner, I'm going to get in the trenches and find out what's going on in Onslow County and make it a better place for our children and our grandchildren and for the parents.
Thanks, Mike. Lisa Carpenter.
Yeah. Hi, Lisa Carpenter. I started my journey in the arena, I guess, a couple of years ago as the president of the Onslow County Republican Women's Club. And after the losses of, Trump and why can I not think of his name all of a sudden? Dan Forrest. I got pissed, and I thought, you know what? If all this stuff is going on up there, imagine what's going on here locally. I can't affect a change in Washington, but I can definitely affect a change locally, which is really where I believe everything starts anyway. It's where we live, it's where we can make a difference, we can make an impact. So I started going to all the meetings that the county commissioners have every week as much as I could, and encouraged my club members to do the same. And as I kept going, I kept seeing more and more things there's a disconnect. I feel like there is a communication gap between what happens in county government, including the commissioners and the citizens of the county. And when you came to that meeting, Kim, I was like, here we go again. Here's another thing. And from what you said, Wendy, there has been communication, but there is blame being pointed in either direction, and no one is taking responsibility for it or taking the initiative to resolve it. And that's wrong. And like Mike was saying, you know what, it takes getting out in the trenches, and I'm a person that is a doer, and I'm going to get out there and follow up and find out and ask questions and get to the bottom of it, because you know what, you guys deserve this. I grew up on community softball, and so this is really, like when you talked, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having a flashback to when I was a kid. I didn't play ball in high school because I wasn't good enough, but I got to play on a rec team, and that was great, and made a huge difference. So I hear you, and I promise you that would, if I was in office, I would be listening and acting until I got to the bottom of it to make a difference, and then following up with you to let you know what was going on, so you had an update. Because I think if you got the information, you can do something with it. You maybe have a little peace of mind and move on.
Yeah, I didn't see you have a choice to,
I'm Roy Bennett. I am the elected county commissioner that's here, and I'm here to look for solutions. I get your issues. The county has a lot of challenges. We're growing like crazy. More and more population. We got challenges at the landfill. We got challenges with our emergency medical services, our volunteer fire services. All of our local our local facilities and our local needs are growing and growing. You guys probably like it when the mosquito truck comes along and sprays every now and then. We need mosquito, we need animal control. There are a lot of needs, and our challenge is to meet those needs while keeping your tax rate as low as we possibly can. And it's not an easy challenge. And I admit that I did not know that we had this much issue out here. I appreciate you guys bringing it to our attention. And I think we can go to work looking for solutions. But there are people in this county that don't think the county should buy any land for anything, and certainly not raise your property taxes to buy land for a park. So we got to find a way to meet these needs without overstressing our property owners, which is a very big challenge. 81% of our budget is mandated. It's not like we can go out and just spend willy-nilly on anything we want. There's only about 19% of our entire budget that we actually have any control over, and that's not nearly enough money to do everything that we need to do in Onslow County. So I'm here looking for solutions. I appreciate you guys' concern. I appreciate the opportunity to come and talk to you. You can all leave here today with my telephone number, If you want to talk some more, I'll be happy to have coffee with you, have lunch with you, talk to you just as much as you want to, and try to find solutions. I would suggest to you again that you know, let's look for some land. Let's see if we can find a way to make this thing happen. Because I'm open to building a new park out in this area. I've seen the maps, the growth in Onslow County. There's huge growth out in this area, and if we don't have we're going to need another park out here. We already need another park out here, obviously, but we got to find a way to do it economically. We got to find a way to do it without increasing property taxes. We got to find a way to do it without it costing the county citizens a huge amount of money. So let's get to work on finding a solution. And like I said, if we need to talk some more at some point, I'm happy to do that. So thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Another point on this, though, in my opinion, is even though the school system has their school board, and you can elect those school board members, just like us county commissioners can be elected. And I know that the school system and the county commissioners come together to work to find out different issues, you know, the budgeting meetings and all that kind of stuff. But it's not just about those budget meetings. It's about coming together and finding out what's going into the school systems, into the park and recreation, and into the sports things within the schools, to where we all have a better understanding of how the system works, and find out whose responsibility it really is in order to find out the problem, fix the problem, come up with a solution. That's what it takes. People working together, regardless of if you're in the school system, the county commissioners, or the citizens. We all got to come to the table and work together to solve the problem.
Let me answer a couple of questions that have been asked today. One was the mounds, and I asked why we don't have the mounds out here. And the reason that they don't have the mounds out here, they say, is because we don't have a secure place to store them, and they're afraid they'll get stolen. So part of the discussion and part of the discussion with the school personnel, our administration and the school administration is going to be meeting tomorrow to talk about this specific issue. And part of that discussion is going to include maybe getting the school board to put some kind of storage building structure out here where we can actually store, and maybe y'all can store some equipment securely, so you don't have to worry about it getting stolen and hauled away.
Yeah, to answer part of that, I've asked for a shed out here. The school would not allow me to have a shed for our equipment.
Well,
And if they did, they would have to have the key for.
Well, hopefully when the county administration asks for it, we'll be able to get it for you. I don't know, but they're also going to be talking about what we need to do to how we can work together to keep the fields better. The other question was, is there a written agreement between the school board and the county? And what I'm told is that there's a very old agreement that talks about the county, that grants the county access to school facilities for things like this particular, for your baseball. But that probably needs to be updated, and we'll have to look at that, I think, because there are obviously some maintenance issues that aren't addressed in that agreement.
Can you look up something else as well?